Good evening, Verne City Council. My name is Andy Glaze, and I'm the Verne Firefighters Association president. I'm speaking tonight in regards to your vote last week to put politics before safety. The safety of the citizens and your La Verne firefighters doesn't apparently matter anymore, or not for a couple more years. Every one of you, except for Robin Carter, spoke on November 2nd on the importance of safety and how it was your number one concern. And yet on February 16th, just a few months later, not one of you mentioned it. While making your decision to kick the can down the road and protect yourselves politically, not one of you mentioned all the issues that you discussed in the Messina report, council committee report, meetings with the firefighters, and the recommendations of three recent La Verne fire chiefs, Summers, Leonard, and Segura. Your La Verne firefighters will not ignore safety. We will continue to make it our number one priority. It wasn't long ago that we did a vote of no confidence on our fire chief, Pete Jankowski, over our safety concerns. That turned into a lawsuit and cost the City of La Verne $5.5 million. Oh, how quickly this City Council forgets the lessons of history. I recognize that this is open comment and you cannot answer my questions. I also want to state that we asked these same questions last week on an agendized item and were told by Robin Carter that she wasn't going to answer them. Question 1. According to the 52-page Messina report, the relationship between the city and the fire department includes, quote, deep-seated mistrust, anger, and frustration. Last week, you doubled that mistrust, anger, and frustration. Do you care? Do you have a plan on fixing it? Question 2. What is your plan to recruit and retain more firefighters? Fire Station 3 has been closed for over a year because we don't have enough firefighters to staff it. Our last hiring process netted us 0 firefighters. Firefighters come and leave just as fast. With your last vote, we have 4 more firefighters getting ready to leave La Verne. What will you do to fix this problem? Question 3. What is your plan to recruit and retain a qualified fire chief? We have not had a fire chief in over 2 years. We are currently on our 3rd interim fire chief. The Messina report advises, quote, one of the most challenging issues the city faces in continuing to maintain the La Verne Fire Department is the recruitment of the next fire chief. Robin Carter has spearheaded this move, and she is working with a citizen named Jim Murphy. Mr. Murphy is the same individual who last year threatened to exterminate several members of the fire department, including myself. Merriam-Webster defines exterminate as to, quote, to get rid of completely, usually by killing off. This puts several firefighters and their families through an enormous amount of stress and anxiety. Imagine coming to work, dedicated to helping the citizens of La Verne, and having to deal with a citizen who is threatening to exterminate you. Then a council member aligns herself with the same citizen and runs a campaign to, quote, save the fire department. You cannot imagine the amount of emotional toil this has put the La Verne firefighters through. I am shocked that this is the type of person Robin Carter wants to align herself with, someone who wants La Verne firefighters dead. Mrs. Carter and Mr. Murphy do not want to save the fire department. They want to destroy it. It makes sense that Robin Carter never mentioned safety as a concern. Thank you very much. Have a nice night.